The Legend of Lightening by Alison. Well, you've heard about gun-fighting good guys like Wild Bill Hickok and Wyatt Earp. But we'll tell you a name that strikes even greater fear into the hearts of bad men everywhere.
Lightning Larry!
We'll never forget the day Larry rode into our little town of Brimstone and walked into Cottonmouth Saloon. He strode up to the bar and smiled straight at the bartender.
"Lemonade, please."
Every head in the place turned and looked.
Now standing next to Larry at the bar was Crooked Kurt.
Kurt was one of a band of rustlers and thieves that had been terrorizing our town, led by a ferocious outlaw named Evil Eye McNeevil. Kurt was wearing the usual outlaw scowl.
Larry turned to him and smiled.
"Mighty big frown you got there, mister."
"What's up to you?"
"Well, maybe I could help you remove it."
"I'd like to see you try."
The rest of us got out of the way real fast. The bartender ducked behind the bar. Larry and Kurt moved about 10 paces from each other, hands at the ready. Larry was still smiling.
Kurt moved first, yet had only just cleared his gun from the holster before Larry aimed and fired.
Zing! There was no bang and no bullet, just a little bolt of light that hit Kurt right in the heart.
Kurt just stood there, his eyes wide with surprise. Then he dropped his gun and a huge grin spread over his face.
He rushed up to Larry and pumped his hand. "I'm mighty glad to know you, stranger. The drinks are on me. Lemonade for everyone."
When Evil Eye McNeevil and his outlaw gang heard that Crooked Kurt had gone straight, they shut him right down to their boots. Most any outlaw would rather die than smile. Evil Eye's men were shook up, but they weren't about to let on.
The very next day,
Dismal Dan, womp womp.
Devil is gone.
Dun dun dun.
And dreadful days.
Rolled into Brimstone, yelled like crazy men and shook wild.
Windows shattered.
And citizens scattered. Then Lightning Larry showed up. He'd never warned them,
Never even stopped smiling.
just shot 3 little bolts of light.
Zing, zing, zing!
Hit those outlaws right in the heart. Larry's shots knocked the outlaws to the ground. They lay there trying to figure out what had hit them. Then they got up and looked around.
Looks like we did some damage, boys.
Said Dismal Dame. Open over that I heard.
Said Devilstone.
We better get to work and fix this place up, said Dreadful Days. They spent the rest of their day replacing windows and apologized for everything.
Then for good measure, they picked up all the trash in the street.
Evil Eye McNeevil had lost 3 more of his meanest men, and he was furious. He decided to do something really nasty. The next day,
Stinky Steve.
and sickening said,
Walked into the 79th National Savings and loaned with guns in hand.
They wore masks.
but everyone knew who they were from the smell.
Stick up your hands.
Said Stinky Steve, give us all the money in your vault.
Ordered Sickening Sid.
They were just backing out the door with the money bags when Lightning Larry strolled by. Didn't even slow his step. Just shot those bandits in the back.
Zing, zing! Went right through to the heart.
The puzzled outlaws stopped and looked at each other.
Huh? Seems a shame to steal the money of hard-working cowboys.
Wouldn't want to make their lives any harder.
They holstered their guns and walked back to the setup.
They plunked the money bags down on the counter. Now you keep that money safe.
Then they pulled out their wallets and opened up accounts.
That was the last straw for Evil Eye McNeevil. It was time for a showdown. The next day, at high noon, Larry was sipping lemonade at the Cottonmouth Saloon. Evil Eye burst through the doors and stamped up to them.
I'm Evil Eye McNeevil.
Hello, Evil Eye. Can I buy you lemonade?
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
know. Seems pretty spacious to me.
I'll be waiting for you down by the Okie Dokie Corral.
And Evil Eye stamped out. Larry finished his lemonade and walked out onto Main Street.
Evil Eye was waiting for him, but Evil Eye wasn't alone.
There on either side of him were
Raunchy Ralph.
Grimy Greg, Creepy Cat, Moldy Mark, Lousy Luke,
And Gruesome Gus.
Yeah.
and not one of them looked friendly.
Nice day for a stroll,
Called Larry.
Draw!
said Evil Eye.
All of us citizens of Brimstone were lining Main Street to see what would happen. Larry was still smiling, but we knew even Larry couldn't outshoot all those outlaws together. Just then, a voice came from the Cosmonaut Saloon.
Want some help, Larry? Wouldn't mind it.
Out stepped Crooked Kurt, and right behind him were Dismal Dan, Devilish John, Dreadful Dave, Stinky Seat, and Sickening Sid.
They all took places beside Larry.
Hello, Evil Eye.
Called Kurt.
Traitors!
Yelled Evil Eye.
Draw, said Larry with a smile.
Evil Eye and his men drew their guns. But Larry and his friends were an eye blink quicker. The guns fired 7 bolts of light. Zing! 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 Zing!
Hit those outlaws right in the you-know-what.
Yippee!
Yelled Evil Eye.
He shot in the air.
Zing!
There was no bang and no bullet.
Just a little bolt of light.
All right, man. Let's clean up this town once and for all.
Zing! 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 And before we could duck for cover, Larry and Evil Eye and the others turned the guns to the rest of us. Bolts of light flew everywhere.
No one was spared.
Not a man, woman,
Or a child.
Yippee! You never saw such a happy crowd. We all rushed around and pumped each other's hands.
And hugged each other.
Then the musicians got out instruments, and we had dancing too. Main Street was a huge party.
All the rest of that day and on to the night.
We never drank so much lemonade in all our days.
With all the commotion, only a few of us saw Larry ride into the sunset. Can't say where he went. Can't say what he's doing now. But we bet he still aims for the heart. Zing!